If you've been in this industry long enough to know the difference between effort and leverage, this message is for you. You didn't get here by accident. You built teams, developed leaders, and navigated compensation plans most people never fully understand. You know how to create momentum and how fragile it can be. So if something feels off lately, it's not because you lost your edge, it's because the environment around you has changed. Many high-level builders reach a stage where growth slows, not from lack of skill, but from diminishing leverage. Years of experience, strategy, and leadership start producing smaller returns. Pricing creeps up, structure becomes heavier, retention requires more explanation than execution. And suddenly a business that once felt elegant starts to feel operationally dense. You may recognize the quiet tax of leadership at scale, the constant calibration of morale, rebuilding legs that should have stabilized years ago, coaching fundamentals to people who entered a different level of seriousness, spending energy defending policies, pricing, and decisions you didn't design. And yet you're expected to justify, and over time that friction compounds. There's also the unspoken reality of compensation plans that work beautifully on paper, but only under ideal conditions. Perfect duplication, perfect timing, perfect alignment, and in practice you end up managing around the plan instead of letting the plan do the work. And deep down, you sense that positioning is often rewarded more consistently than performance. That realization doesn't create anger. It creates disappointment, not in the industry, but in models that haven't evolved alongside the market. What happens next for elite performers is usually curiosity, not desperation. The question becomes, is there a cleaner way to apply the same leadership skill to a more efficient structure? This is where many experienced leaders are quietly evaluating LiveGood, not as an emotional pivot, but as a strategic upgrade. At its core, LiveGood removes several friction points that seasoned builders have learned to tolerate, but no longer need to. Mass market pricing lowers resistance and strengthens retention without constant explanation. There's no dependency on high-ticket auditorships just to keep commissions intact, and the structure supports volume naturally without requiring perpetual front-end pressure. The compensation plan is intentionally simple, not simplistic. Simple. It rewards movement and the consumption over noise and theatrics. That clearly reduces operational drag and allows leaders to focus on alignment rather than enforcement. Duplication becomes cleaner because the model doesn't collapse if every participant isn't a superstar. Another subtle but meaningful shift, the ability to earn without personal branding theatrics. No need to perform online or manufacture urgency. The system does the heavy lifting, which is exactly what experienced builders value most. Systems that scale when the attention is divided. What's also notable is retention. When real consumer value leads the conversation, teams stabilize more naturally. Leaders aren't constantly patching leaks or replacing churn. The business feels lighter, more durable, and better aligned with long-term sustainability. And more importantly, many top performers aren't leaving anything to explore this. They are running LiveGood parallel as a hedge, a repositioning play, a way to secure leverage without burning bridges. It's a professional evaluated, not a dramatic exit. And that's the key distinction. This isn't about starting over. It's about applying your existing skill to a structure designed for today's market's realities. Many experienced leaders are quietly looking at this model for one reason. It respects their time, their intelligence, and their desire for scalable simplicity. And if you're at a point where effort and reward no longer feel proportionate, it may be time to at least examine a system built to correct that imbalance. There's no pitch here, no obligation, no credit card, just an opportunity to see the mechanics from the inside and decide rationally if this represents better leverage for where you're headed. Every day you delay evaluating better leverage is the day someone else secures positioning. So take the free tour in the link down in the description.